Girl, word on the street is circulating that Beyoncé is reportedly on the verge of initiating a divorce from Jay-Z. Allegedly, after discovering the truth about his eldest child, and from the looks of it, the situation is about to escalate dramatically. I genuinely believe that Beyoncé simply cannot seem to catch a moment of peace regarding her relationship with Jay-Z, as it constantly appears to be transitioning from one overwhelming scandal to the next. Now, as many of y'all may already be aware, Rymir has been persistently trying to establish his paternity for quite some time now, a significant stretch, honestly. And apparently, there's a buzz going around that a judge may have finally delivered a ruling that favors his side of the story. However, it's appearing as though Beyoncé might not be willing to remain in the picture and take on the role of stepmother, because the move she just made has left absolutely everyone stunned and speechless. Let's get into the details. It seems like developments are finally beginning to turn in Rymir Satterthwaite's direction following many years of legal wrangling and constant delays. Allegedly, the court has now officially directed Jay-Z to submit a DNA sample to conclusively resolve this matter once and for all. For those who've been closely tracking this saga, this isn't unfamiliar territory. Rymir has maintained for over a decade that Jay-Z is his biological father, while Jay has seemingly taken every measure imaginable to avoid complying with a paternity test. But now, that may be about to change in a major way. People have been questioning for the longest, if Jay-Z truly believed Rymir wasn't his son, why wouldn't he just take the DNA test and put all the speculation to rest? It would have required only a few moments of time. Yet, there have also been persistent whispers suggesting that Beyoncé may have had some influence over Jay's unwillingness to comply. Supposedly, she didn't want any unexpected revelations jeopardizing the carefully constructed public persona she has built surrounding their family life. Let's be real. After the infidelity allegations, the notorious elevator incident, and the entire Lemonade era, the public narrative surrounding their relationship has already been through quite a bit. Introducing the possibility of a secret adult child could potentially dismantle the entire Carter Brandon 1 fell swoop. Now that the court is said to be compelling Jay-Z to participate, Beyoncé's worst fear might be coming to life. And if that paternity test were to be leaked online, the resulting consequences could potentially unravel everything they've worked so hard to maintain. And to be honest, some insiders believe her concern stems from a quiet fear that Rymir could be targeting Jay-Z's massive fortune. Many people on social media have poked fun at Rymir ever since he stepped into the spotlight, alleging that he's merely seeking attention, attempting to ride Jay-Z's coattails, or chasing a fleeting moment of fame, considering Jay-Z's net worth reportedly stands at an astounding $2.6 billion. It's not unreasonable to think that someone might falsely claim to be his child just for financial gain. Still, according to Rymir himself, his motives have absolutely nothing to do with money, not even a single cent, he stated. Everyone's assuming I'm pursuing Jay-Z for financial reasons or fame, but this was never about money for me. I simply wanted to know who my father really is. I earn my own income, I hold down 2 jobs, and I handle my responsibilities. What I needed was closure, and I wanted to receive equal respect from the justice system, the same respect others receive when they walk into that courtroom. Why was I treated like I didn't matter? Why was I pushed aside? But hold on, because it's about to get even more complicated. Word is circulating that the real reason Jay-Z has refused to take the test might have nothing to do with money or the pursuit of celebrity. Allegedly, Rymir's mother, Wanda, may have been underage at the time she became pregnant by Jay-Z. And if that's accurate, then this story takes a much darker and more serious turn than just a paternity battle. That possibility could explain Jay-Z's extended resistance. Let's be real, with all that's going on right now in the celebrity world, this could explode quickly. We all watched the media frenzy surrounding Diddy's legal troubles. And Jay-Z himself was reportedly sued just last year in connection with similar allegations involving a minor. So imagine the level of chaos that would erupt if a DNA test were to confirm that he fathered a child with someone who was legally underage at the time of conception. Now, here's where things get even more intense. Rymir's guardian, Lily, claimed there was once a point when Jay-Z's legal representatives actually seemed open to the idea of him forming a relationship with Rymir. But everything allegedly changed the moment they learned about the reported age of Wanda at the time of conception. As soon as those details came to light, Jay-Z's team allegedly shut everything down immediately. Lily recounted that Wanda was just 16 years old when she reportedly encountered Sean. Although she may have told him she was older, she became pregnant and had no way of getting back in contact with him. Lily said, "I got a call from someone working within his legal team. They were surprisingly cooperative, and we truly thought we were going to resolve this matter in private. They even brought up Rymir's musical abilities and whether it was the right time to have him join the record label, but I said he needed to finish school first." Then suddenly, new attorneys became involved and their entire attitude reportedly changed. Lily believes they realized how much more serious things could become for Sean, especially if it was true that Wanda had been underage. After this point, everything began falling apart for Rymir, yet even with all that happening, he didn't give up. In fact, Rymir and Lily directly accused Jay-Z's legal team of acting in bad faith, and even went as far as suggesting they tried to sabotage the case by bribing Rymir's own attorneys. To them, it appeared like an all-out effort to hide the truth and protect the Carter family's legacy, no matter the ethical cost, reportedly. Lily went so far as to launch legal proceedings against their former lawyers, accusing them of working behind the scenes with Jay-Z's legal representatives in order to derail the paternity case. She alleged that their actions caused procedural setbacks that ultimately resulted in the case being dismissed by the Philadelphia courts. Interview 430.
It's crazy. It really is crazy. These judges, these lawyers, this fraud, this collusion. Who knows what it's for? Money or friendships or whatever they got going on. But I can honestly say that we should never go in the courtroom feeling like we're already the victims and we did nothing.
Considering everything the public has witnessed from Jay-Z and Beyoncé throughout the years, it's honestly not the least bit surprising that they might resort to these kinds of strategic maneuvers. It really seems to align seamlessly with the way they've consistently managed their affairs. But Rymir wasn't about to retreat quietly. He's endured far too much already and made it clear that he wouldn't allow any of this to completely break his spirit, despite the underhanded strategies reportedly employed by Jay-Z's legal representatives. Rymir remained steadfast and focused. He escalated the matter to the Supreme Court, where he submitted a formal request to have documents dating as far back as 2012 made publicly accessible. His reasoning was that concealing these records was preventing him from receiving the justice he rightfully deserved. However, the Supreme Court denied the petition, stating they lacked the jurisdiction to revisit rulings previously made by the appellate court, or to unseal files from the trial court level. Yet even in the face of that setback, Rymir did not retreat. He pressed forward with another legal filing, this time with the appellate division, in hopes of securing a different outcome. But once again, his appeal was rejected. Still, the situation didn't end there because Beyoncé and Jay-Z appeared to throw subtle jabs at him in their music, accusing him of seeking attention. In their track Heard About Us, they included lyrics like, "Billy Zhang in his prime for the 1000th time, the kid ain't mine. Online they call me dad." Kidding, you're not supposed to take this dad thing literally. That's too famous. We don't really do famous. I'm cool on that. Chuck the 2 fingers. Every day I'm getting sued. I show up to court without a suit. Your every move's on the news, ain't it? Ish has its perks too, ain't it? In response, Rymir fired back with a diss track of his own, spitting, "Ninjas washed up still. Doing tracks like 55, where the F you at? Need to go back to your old days. Grown man in his old ways." Later, he clarified the intention behind the song during an interview, explaining, "This isn't about me trying to be petty or create some kind of beef. I just wanted to release my music and let the world know that I'm still rising, regardless of what anyone says about me." And to Jay-Z, "If you've denied being my father 1,000 times, wouldn't it be easier to just take the test and prove it once and for all?" This whole thing has gone far beyond a simple paternity dispute. There's much more at stake now. Rymir's publicist echoed those sentiments, saying, "If Jay-Z is out here making his feelings known through music, then Rymir has every right to express his side through his own artistry too." Jay-Z claims he's denied fathering Ree 1,000 times. But who did he say that to? Because he's never once said anything directly to Rymir or his family. So why does it feel like he's dodging the truth? Things truly began to unravel when both Rymir and Lily began to shift some of the blame onto Beyoncé herself. They became increasingly convinced that she had been actively working behind the scenes to keep the situation under wraps. Possibly even orchestrating how certain elements unfolded. From their perspective, Beyoncé had been using her considerable influence to shield the Carter family image and suppress the full truth from ever surfacing. They claimed that she was just as deeply committed to silencing the paternity matter as Jay-Z was. In addition, they alleged that they had been subjected to intimidation tactics over a span of several years. Rymir even claimed that he feared for his safety after filing a civil suit against Jay-Z. Dr. Lily believes that Beyoncé was instrumental in persuading Jay-Z to avoid acknowledging Rymir or settling the dispute quietly. And while Jay-Z and Beyoncé may have mocked Ree subtly through their music, Rymir and Lily also said they'd been on the receiving end of real threats, ones they claimed came from Beyoncé herself. These threats reportedly pushed them to sit down with investigative journalist Liz Crokin for an on-record interview, intending to publicly document their story in case anything unexpected happened to them. Later in that conversation, Lily shared that various insiders had independently alleged it was Beyoncé who talked Jay-Z out of agreeing to the DNA test in the first place. So now it seems Beyoncé's involvement in this situation may run deeper than anyone previously imagined. And with rumors swirling that the courts have formally instructed Jay-Z to submit a DNA sample, let's just say it looks like Beyoncé is no longer willing to maintain the role of the devoted wife. She never signed up to be a stepmother, and she's certainly not interested in stepping into that role now. Gossip suggests that she is already considering filing for divorce. And if that's the case, you can absolutely expect her to walk away with a significant share of his wealth. The results of the DNA test haven't been released to the public yet. In fact, it's not even confirmed if the test has been conducted at all. But based on reports that Beyoncé is allegedly spiraling behind the scenes and actively preparing to separate from Jay-Z, it wouldn't be far-fetched to assume the paternity results may not be in their favor. This entire ordeal is about to spiral even further into chaos. But in the meantime, let me know your thoughts about this entire situation. And then go ahead and check out the next video.